Why the world suddenly cares about Somaliland. A surprise missile strike in the Middle East, a quiet bill in Washington, and suddenly Somaliland's in the spotlight. Israel's war in Iran may have just tipped the scales in Somaliland's favor. Hi, I'm Sina Exau, and this is Analytica Today. On June 13th, while Israel was launching a surprise attack on Iran's nuclear infrastructure, a US congressman was launching something else entirely: a bill to recognize Somaliland as an independent nation. At first glance, that may seem symbolic, but in today's shifting global order, it's anything but the Red Sea's heating up. Global powers are repositioning, and Somaliland, once ignored, is becoming a critical piece on a very tense chessboard. So what just happened? Why does it matter? And how could this reshape the future of the Horn of Africa? On the same day, Israel struck Iran. US Congressman Scott Perry posted on X saying, "I just introduced the Republic of Somaliland Independence Act to formally recognize Somaliland as an independent nation." Now, this isn't the first time that the bill's been introduced, but back then it barely moved. This time, things are different, because Somaliland isn't just a forgotten territory anymore. It sits at the edge of one of the world's most important maritime routes, right as the route becomes a front line. The Houthis are firing missiles. The US and UK are sending warships. The Red Sea is quickly becoming a security crisis. Suddenly, having a stable ally on the northern Somali coast, like Somaliland, seems not just useful, but vital. And for Washington, trying to counter China, Russia, and Iran, it's a move that sends a message. Let's look back just a year. The Horn of Africa was already a geopolitical pressure cooker, long before Israel's missiles hit Iran. Since Ethiopia signed an MOU with Somaliland for port access, the region's been shifting rapidly. Egypt and Eritrea backed Mogadishu. The UAE aligned with Somaliland. Eritrea moved troops to the Ethiopian border. Egypt deployed forces inside Somalia. Turkey? It's playing both sides, mediating talks between Ethiopia and Somalia, while expanding its military and oil deals in Mogadishu. And China? Doubling down on Somalia to block US influence and protect its own. Even before the Israel-Iran strikes, the Horn was under pressure. Now, the stakes just got higher. The Red Sea is not just a shipping route, it's a theater of global rivalry. So what happens if the Somaliland Independence Act gains momentum or passes? First, Ethiopia gains leverage. Recognition would allow it to formalize Red Sea access by passing Djibouti and challenging Egypt and Eritrea's interests. Second, it corners Mogadishu. Somalia, already struggling with internal instability and pressure from Al-Shabaab, now faces diplomatic pressure from the very partners who once stood by it. Third, it forces a decision for others. The UAE, Saudi Arabia, Turkey, and China will have to pick sides fast. And the Red Sea itself is no longer just a trade corridor. It's a contested zone, with Houthis attacking vessels and navies rerouting ships. Ports like Berbera, Zayla, and Asab are rising in strategic importance. The world's most volatile waterway is getting more crowded and more dangerous. And if things move fast, we might see maps redrawn, a new nation recognized, and a region pushed closer to conflict. East Africa's map has already changed twice in 3 decades, with Eritrea in 1993 and South Sudan in 2011. Will Somaliland be the third? And if it is, what price would the Horn of Africa pay? Let us know what you think in the comments. Like, share, and subscribe for more stories like this. Thank you for watching Analytica Today.